So if you've made it this far, great job. Not many people have made it. I'm seeing more and more just death and destruction all along the roads, and I wanted to make a quick video here in case anyone comes along and sees this. Of course, as you know, we've gone through an EMP or some sort of an event, a catastrophe, a worldwide catastrophe that has left the power grid off grid. There's nothing. There's no power, there's no government, there's no cell phones, there's no internet, there's nothing. So we've essentially been thrown back to like the 1850s or something. So only some people have actually been able to handle that. A lot of people are going crazy, and the roads are just, they're so chaotic right now, I don't dare get out on them. I actually parked my truck like a quarter of a mile away over here, and I've been walking all down through the ditch, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I told you in the last video or a couple of videos ago that basically it's difficult to walk around in the woods without making a noise and being given away. You know, people can hear those leaves cracking and the sticks cracking and stuff as you're walking. So what I found out is that the new highways post-collapse are drainage ditches, because I can get down in here and I can get low, and if I hear voices or whatever, I can climb up to the side of the ditch here and get my bipod out and in position, and I've already got myself a ready-made foxhole. So this has been a great discovery. And one of the things that I did before the shit hit the fan was, back when we had Google and stuff like that, I got on Google Maps and I kind of just looked around my neighborhood, and there just so happened to be a drainage ditch within a quarter of a mile of my house. So what I did yesterday was I snuck up. I parked my truck, like I said, about a quarter of a mile back that way, and hopefully nobody messes with it. I pulled it off in the woods, and I tried to kind of hide it with some branches the best I could. But you know, that is a big risk. So I've got everything else with me. I've got my Glock in the backpack, I've got my AR, I've got all my food, everything with me, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to my bug out location tonight. I may end up staying the night here in this ditch. So anyways, just to catch you guys up, what has happened is yesterday I came out here, I walked all along the ditch, and about it's probably about a mile and a half that way. As I walk and meander down through this ditch, I can get really close to my house, within a quarter of an eighth of a mile or so. I don't know. It's pretty darn close enough that I could get radio contact. So I've made contact with my people, and now I know my wife's okay, and we've actually got a plan that we're working on how to take the neighborhood back. We're going to do a multi-pronged pincher attack, where basically me and another neighborhood, I met up with another group of people that have been friendly to our neighborhood before the shit hit the fan. And anyways, I went over there and talked to a guy I know, and he's willing to help me. Him and about 2 or 3 other people are willing to come out and help me try to secure the neighborhood from these marauders that have basically surrounded our neighborhoods. And actually there's 2 neighborhoods. There's my neighborhood on one side, and they blocked that, and my neighborhood's a dead end, but back here in the back it butts up to another neighborhood, and they've got that one blocked off as well. So our pincher attack is going to be basically, when I hear the gunshots start happening, I'm supposed to be up on the hill at first light in the morning. And when I hear the gunshots happening from the inside, from my group, they're going to engage first. They're going to run out and try to catch them off guard, because so far there has been very little engagement. Basically, these people are just trying to starve them out, you know, and trying to, what they're wanting them to do is give them food. So if my people agree to give them food and ammo and supplies and stuff, they'll lift the roadblock, and then they can go on down the road. Well, we don't play that way. You're not taking our supplies just because you're the bigger bully. So our plan is tomorrow morning, first light, I'm going to wait for the sound of... So my camera battery finally died. I'm shooting the rest of this on what little cell phone battery I have left. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but my plan is to sneak back in, and we're going to do a pincher attack tomorrow morning. I've got some people in another group that are going to join us, and the plan is at first light, when I start hearing gunfire and stuff like that, I'm supposed to engage from the top of the hill. So we're going to get them surrounded, and there'll be no way they can defend this. I've already surveyed, and my group has surveyed the weapons and the equipment that they have and the manpower. And at any given time, there are about 8 to 10 people at the roadblock. So our group, we've got 9 people that are good shooters, and some other people that they can hold a gun, and they can actually, you know, use shotguns and stuff like that. They're not very well trained on firearms. But Ranger, get over here, buddy. Come on, stay close. So anyways, the point of this video was to let you know there are other ways to go when the roads get locked down, because they will. When the shit hits the fan, I'm not sure if it's happened in your area yet, but your roads are eventually going to become basically to the point where you can't drive on them. It's not just gangs anymore. It's desperate people that, you know, are just wanting food and water, and they see you driving down the road and they assume you have gasoline. So they assume you have things. They see you have firepower and other stuff like that. So we're just in a really different world right now. Trading is very dangerous. I tried to do a trade deal a couple of days ago that went south. So the best thing to do is just stay away from people. That's my best advice to you. Avoid people unless you know those people. So until then, guys, I'm gonna go find me a campsite here in this ditch. I'm looking right over here behind me. There's a nice little root overhang. Not sure you guys are going to pick that up or not, but there's some root overhangs here. So I'm going to find me a nice little, like right there. I could probably lay up in there tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to get myself a little bit of rest and be protected and be at least from this side, I'll be camouflaged. Nobody will be able to see me if they look over the edge there. So these are all things you need to think about, guys, before you go out and get separated from your group, because it's a whole different deal doing lone wolf survival. When you're out here by yourself, I mean, you get no time for rest. I mean, you know, even when I'm sleeping with one eye open, because every little noise that I hear in the woods makes me assume that it's a threat coming to kill me or coming to take my things away from me. So how quickly the civility disappeared once the shit hit the fan. Guys, I hope you're doing better than we are out there. And if my daughter finds these videos or any of my family members, good luck to you. And, you know, we'll be praying for you, and hopefully you'll pray for me as well. All we want to do is survive. We're trying to, you know, again, keep morality alive. We're not trying to go out and become marauders. That's the last thing we want to do. We want to become survivors. And so if we can just make it through this winter, in spring, come spring, we'll have lots of seeds and different things like that. But I'm running out of battery. I see my camera light flashing here, so I'm gonna have to cut you guys loose for now. Wish me luck. Hopefully the firefight goes well tomorrow. I've still got 2.5 mags left of AR and a full mag of 9mm. So tomorrow I'm going home. I've been out here for at least 2.5 weeks now, on my own, completely 100% on my own, except for my dog. And speaking of that, Ranger Boy, get back down here. Come on. He's constantly hungry right now, and he's always searching around for food and stuff like that. Come on, buddy. That's been a real problem because, you know, he makes a lot of noise. You can hear him walking through the woods. But one of the things that I like to do is when I'm walking through these ditches is I'll get him up on one side or the other, up on the top up there, and I'll get him walking around up on the top of the ditch. That way, if he sees anything or hears anything, I can see him alert. I'll be able to tell when he knows there's somebody up there or something like that. So that's been a real great thing. One thing that's real troubling though is that when people see him, you know, people are so desperate right now that they're willing to eat dogs and stuff like that. So I don't want to get him killed or get him eaten. So I've only been doing that on a limited basis when I'm not really sure of what's going on up above the ground. So anyways, right now, until then, I'll be living life in the ditch. If I could go back in time, I would have made myself some maps off of the Google images, and then I'd have a better idea of which direction these ditches are going to go and stuff like that, and where I'm able to pop up and where I'm not. So right now I'm in a safe place. I'm out in the middle of the woods in the middle of a ditch. So unless somebody else travels along down this ditch, I should be good to go. Until then, guys, I hope you're doing better than I am, and God bless you. God bless your family. Keep on prepping.